damn time. That's not how that fucking go. You on my fucking home court, not yo. I frit the motherfuckers. I frit.
You can't quit your team.
I don't give a damn about the team. I don't give a damn about the team. If my teammate is doing what I tell them to do, we all right. If they ain't front of my goddamn the fucking, then fuck them. If I can make a goddamn free punter, you make a goddamn free punter.
You have the team. And you passed our last team. And you both say, I won't quit your team.
You don't get my point, D'Amica. You don't get my point. Okay. You up by a couple points. And then your teammate start not nicking to a damn thing you saying. The other team come back. And we can make and you can make a comeback. But the teammate don't nick it to nothing you say. They get not what you say. Every time you say shoot a free, they don't fucking shoot it. They fucking try to go inside the goddamn paint. But every time Favorite Corner got them, they nick it to him get fined. You see that shit, then you wait. That's why I fucking frit the game.
There are, of course, some questions when it comes to parliamentarian and whether that will be allowed to be part of the reconciliation package. But
say what?
This week is, of course, just another critical week for the president when it comes to that infrastructure proposal, as he is really trying to find his first major bipartisan legislative win. Hopefully, he makes in the coming months, Ryan.
Seppi Kai helped me out, but damn, you know, on the court. Fake guy helped me out, right? But you know, on the court, they don't nick it at me.
Arkansas has the third lowest vaccination rate in the country. We went there to ask why people there are not getting a life-saving shot free of charge.
You got COVID?
Yeah, I'll do another ball game.
So why would you not get the vaccine?
Oh my fucking God, not this shit again. I know who the palm is, that motherfucking Bonga motherfucking palm, man. He don't make a goddamn shit. Oh, fuck me, man. Somebody get hit me right fucking now. But how the hell they kept getting a damn ball bite, man? For real, man.
People everywhere with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rybelsus. Rybelsus works differently than any other diabetes pill to lower blood sugar in all three of these ways. Increases insulin when you need, decreases sugar.
Oh, now my team playing good.
The majority of people taking Rybelsus lower their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7. People taking Rybelsus lost up to 8 pounds. Rybelsus isn't for people
You say what?
with diabetes. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or had multiple endocrine neoplasia.
Do you see the ball can?
If allergic to it, stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away. Lump or swelling on your neck, severe stomach pain, or allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus foods following the meal or insulin increases in blood sugars. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may include dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rybelsus. New listings as low as $10 for a prescription. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
Because I'm not everyone else. They drink what they're told to drink. I drink what helps me rehydrate and recover. Iliwayn's for it because it works. And so do I. Hydration, never higher.
Real progress? When you're affected by schizophrenia, you see differently. It's in the small, everyday moments, in the places you never expected. A little sign of hope, a feeling of freedom. And once that happens, that's what feels like suffering. It feels like real progress. Caplyta effectively treats adults with schizophrenia. And it's just one pill, once a day, with no titration.
Caplyta can cause serious side effects. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about fevers, difficulties, or confusion, which can be a life-threatening reaction or a controllable muscle weakness which may be permanent. Dizziness upon standing, falls, and impaired judgment may occur. Responding side effects include sleepiness and dryness. High cholesterol and weight gain may occur, as can high blood sugar, which may be fatal.
In clinical trials, rate cholesterol and blood sugar changes were similar to placebo. So if you're affected by schizophrenia, ask your doctor about Caplyta and intracellular therapies.
Retirement isn't on the stage complicated. Ask your broker and solve it. Chemistry from
We need something better that's easily adjustable.
Has no penalty or advisory fee.
And we can monitor.
See that they're on track.
Like Schwab Intelligent Income.
Introducing Schwab Intelligent Income, a simple modern way to pay.
I mean, I don't mind nuking, but damn, I can't make a shot.
We don't.
Schwab, a modern approach to wealth management. We need a bigger place.
Well, don't worry. So we just have no square footage.
Credit Karma can show us how to improve it for free. Then we can find a place with a bigger right side up. Credit Karma, download the app today.
Arkansas is one of the nation's main COVID hotspots right now. Health experts describe the pandemic there as, quote, a raging forest fire. Not surprisingly, it's also stated that
Now.
vaccination rates in the country. Just 36.
Now you feel how you paying out, wait.
Went there and out.
Nah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I don't like a tight game, like a real tight game. Well, every song you make, they make a song, and they get the need, and you get the need, and you get the need.
Sonny worked on a COVID floor in the hospital at the height of the
I don't like a game like that.
Being a nurse was hard, but what made it surreal was living the rest of Arkansas, where many people, even some in her own family, said COVID was overblown, just a flu. Nurses were really the symbol for this whole pandemic, and all of the hate has centralized around us. Nurses have PTSD. A lot of us are suffering from it from last year, and now we're having people come in and look us in the face because they cannot end their vaccine, and now I'm sick. Arkansas has the third dose COVID-19 vaccination rate in the country. Just 36% of the population is fully vaccinated. Like many places with low vaccination rates, it's now seeing a spike in cases. Are you going to get the vaccine?
I have not, and I still. I'm not getting case. There's no change.
You got COVID?
I did after I got over the COVID.
So why would you not get the vaccine?
I'm my favorite. That's good. That's better. You know, I believe it's a freedom issue, and I'm more than asked probably a maximum of 1 hour in the entire whole thing that Census Code came about. It was so communicable. Why am I still saying it?
We had people accuse us of giving their loved one something else so that they would die and we could report it as COVID. We heard it more than once that we were just fudging the numbers or we were killing people on purpose to make COVID look like it was worse than it was or to make it look real when it wasn't. For the first majority of the pandemic, we wore the same N95 for like 1 to 2 weeks at a time. Tell me what you think about the term healthcare hero. I think it sucks. Why? So they dubbed us healthcare heroes. It gave the public this really wrong impression that we were sacrificial lambs and willing to die for them. We want to help people. I want to save lives. I want people to get better, but not, at the expense of my family's lives either. Then you have the public going, well, you signed up for this. No, I didn't. When I was 17, I enlisted in the Army. I knew that I might die for my country. When I was 22, I went to nursing school. That wasn't on the agenda. I didn't volunteer to die for everybody. And even with the vaccine now, it's still a highly politicized thing for this reason. Last year, Sunny started venting on TikTok.
You're just trying to spread fear.
If that's what it takes to get you to listen to me, sure. I had avoided posting about religion for a long time because of the negative reactions I got. It hurts my feelings. But just a couple weeks ago, I had people in my inbox threatening to kill me, calling me a murderer, saying I helped kill those people. I get called a crisis actor all the time. It's my thing now to respond to hate comments, look for just $10 into my Venmo account. I'll tell you the truth about COVID-19 and crisis acting. I made about $100. Like, really? Yeah. Wait, people like send you $10 and you're like, yeah, I'm not a crisis actor. I'm just like crisis acting is real and COVID is real. So it's like the truth, not the truth, not the truth. But, no.
Sunny says dark jokes bring some relief from a darker reality, like that her own health is at risk. Her fellow nurse Hazel Bailey got COVID last August and was on a ventilator for 42 days.
It's real. It's real. I nearly died from it, and will probably have issues from it for the rest of my life. I have family that basically that it's real, but they're not concerned with taking the vaccine. They understand some people get it and it's not bad, but I got it and it was bad. And now we're seeing this new variant hit and it's really hitting Arkansas.
Sunny says that recently COVID patients have been telling her they got it at church. This week, Arkansas had its biggest spike in cases since February, and it has the worst case rate in the country. The state is offering vaccination incentives, like free lottery tickets. It hasn't convinced many.
Did anyone you know get COVID? My son had COVID. How old is he? 8. Wow, so that's pretty good for a young kid. What's that like?
He was sick a lot. He was sick a lot for a while, and he's still sick. So once we did look at and see if there was further damage, I don't know. He got real sick. Fever every day for weeks.
Are you guys going to get the vaccine?
No. No vaccine.
How come?
I just got first COVID.
Are you going to get the vaccine?
My kids are not going to get it.
How come?
I mean, I figure out except the world works natural ways.
Okay. Are you able to get like religious exemption at school for your kids? Is that how?
No, I mean, we take the stuff as camping.
So what do you mean when you say you don't get the vaccine?
We didn't do the big sweet wine thing or whatever that was. We didn't do any of the boring. It's something that I don't believe in. I mean, I haven't never seen it only used about every presidency, and it seems like it gives crowd control or whatever you want to call it. But my family had nothing to do with it. We've always been healthy, and it just seems to work better that way.
Not everyone around here feels this way.
I think it's easier because not only helping you, and helping your whole family, everybody around you. It's better to take a chance on the shot than it is to take a chance on the COVID. Cowboy up and go in there, get a shot, and come out of there like a grown-up,
One of my biggest fears is like this new wave of COVID. We're seeing a lot of nurses with compassion fatigue, and I am really scared how that's going to play out because a lot of the cases that we're seeing are non-vaccinated individuals. If I had a patient come in that wasn't vaccinated with COVID, like I have, like I'm obviously still going to treat them to the best of my ability, but I do know some nurses will have to quit because they just don't have it in them to do that. A lot of Arkansans, would give you the shirt off their back to help you out for a stranger. I think that a lot of people being anti-COVID and anti-vaccine is just a product of the way that we were raised here. But they're not bad people.
Coming up next, COVID vaccinations dividing the sports world. At least one NFL player says he might lead the league over the new rules about the vaccine. But first, here's CNN's Julia Chatterley COVID's effect on the stock market.
Hi, Jim. Well, I can tell you investors are bracing for more volatility this week. The Delta variant, inflation concerns, and corporate earnings are grabbing the headlines and driving whiplash on Wall Street. Just this week, you can add the Federal Reserve now to the mix too. The central bank releasing its latest policy statement on Wednesday. Last meeting, the Fed indicated interest rate hikes are coming in 2023, 1 year sooner than expected. Investors are looking for any change to that messaging and also want to know when the Fed will begin rolling back its massive bond purchases. Also coming this week, one of the most eagerly awaited IPOs of the year. Stock trading app Robinhood goes public on Thursday. The company expects to sell shares for between $38 and $42 each. At the high end, that translates into a market value of $35 billion. Robinhood, of course, hugely popular, but also controversial. Regulators are scrutinizing its business model, which critics say is rife with conflicts of interest. In New York, I'm Julia Chancellor.
Before the Bell, brought to you by E-Trade. Trade commission-free today with no account minimums. And go to CNN.com/beforethebell to stay on top of markets and sign up for the daily newsletter.
Hey, Dad. Oh, Dad, it's a video call. You gotta move the phone in front of you, like it's a mirror, Dad, you know?
Is that how you hold a mirror?
Power E-Trade gives you an award-winning mobile app with powerful, easy-to-use tools and interactive charts that give you an edge. 24/7 support when you need it the most. Plus, $0 commissions for online U.S. listed stocks. Don't get mad. Get E-Trade. Start trading today.
It takes a certain kind of person to change the world. My great-great-grandmother.
My great-grandfather.
Was that kind of person. He looked after his community. She built an empire.
He protected this nation.
They lived their lives in extraordinary ways.
With Ancestry, I learned the story of Peter Waters.
William Lacey.
Madam C.J. Walker.
They are the heroes in my family.
Who are the heroes in yours?
Know this about the jungle. Everything that you see wants to kill you. And can.
See Disney's Jungle Cruise. Applebee's and a movie. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. Carl and Alan have a lot in common. They're staying at the same hotel with the same outdoor space, the same pool, the same hotel experience. But there's one big difference: the price. You see, Carl found the hotel on his usual website, whereas Alan used Trivago to scan hotel deals from the major booking sites and save $30 a night. Carl, try Trivago next time. Hotel Trivago.
Tackling climate change and providing energy isn't an either-or. We have to do both. America's natural gas and oil companies have helped the U.S. become the world leader in reducing emissions, all while keeping the lights on across the country. We've already made progress. Together, we can go further. Join us at energyforprogress.org.
Someone once told me that I should get used to people staying. So I did. It's okay, you can stay. When you're a two-time gold medalist, it comes with the territory.
Television theme songs tell the premise of the show and make us feel good.
Hear the origins of your favorite TV theme songs. Discover why these catchy tunes faded out over time. Whatever happened to the theme song? Where have all the theme songs gone? Tonight.
Hi, Grandma. I played baseball today. Oh, that's great.
What position did you play?
First base. That's what my grandpa used to play. When our hearing wouldn't allow us to use a regular phone, it made us feel isolated.
It became difficult to communicate with our friends and family.
Clear Captions was an easy solution for us.
Clear Captions provides captions on a phone like captioning on your TV, so you can see what the phone is saying live as they say it.
Making it easy to understand and respond immediately.
There is no insurance or Medicare required. Clear Captions service is provided at no cost to you through a federally funded program. We deliver, install, and train you on how to use your phone, all at no cost to you.
Give your loved ones the independence and connection they deserve.
Call now to see if you qualify to get a Clear Captions phone at no cost to you. Call 1-800-787-1721. That's 1-800-787-1721.
I'm Michael Robin in Havana, Cuba, and this is CNN.
Only one professional sports league managed to play every single game last season, and that is the NFL. This season, the league is focusing its efforts on getting players vaccinated. It's the carrot and stick approach. Teams with an 85% vaccination rate will enjoy significant easing of COVID protocols. But this week we learned that if a team experiences an outbreak among unvaccinated players, they may have to forfeit a game. Not only are those game checks on the line, but according to the news report, unvaccinated players may even be fined.
I don't know what it was, but my team wasn't doing too good. Night time.
Some superstars like wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, who wrote, quote, "Being put in a position to hurt my team because I don't want to partake in the vaccine is making me question my future in the NFL." Sports analyst Mike Gold joins us to talk all about this. Mike, you're such a great person to have a perspective on this. Of course, you played 8 years in the NFL, but you've also been around the game forever. Basically, the NFL is essentially saying that unvaccinated players can cost their team a win. You know, in the NFL, one loss could be the difference between going to the playoffs and not going to the playoffs. How much pressure do you think is being exerted in the locker rooms, coaches, team leaders, and other players to get their fellow players to get the vaccine?
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt there's going to be pressure to do that. Listen, we know what this is about. A lot of things are about. This is about money. The NFL, while they didn't have any cancellations last year, they normally make about $14–15 billion. They made 9. But remember, all the games there were no fans, so they lost a lot of money that way. So while they still make a lot of money, they're basically telling the unvaccinated, if you're going to cost us money, we're going to cost you money. Now, understand one thing. They're the exact same protocols last year, and the big thing to remember here is this was negotiated by the NFL and the union of what would go on last year before there was a vaccine. If guys broke the protocols, if they went out to nightclubs, if they went out in public, if they did things that both sides agreed you shouldn't do to expose yourself to COVID, you would have been fined. Now they're saying if you choose to, and they're not mandating the vaccine, though, it can be a bit of a strong.
See, I'm making shot like I forward to now, Way.
You're the reason your team has to forfeit. Neither team is going to get a game check.
I don't know why I couldn't make shot before.
And your team may have to pay some other money as well.
Are you surprised, and I don't want to make it seem as though there's a groundswell of NFL players that are saying they don't want the vaccine, but there have been some pretty prominent players who've been very passionate about saying they don't want to get the vaccine, or that they just don't want to talk about it. Are you surprised that we've seen so many of these high-profile players who don't want to be part of the vaccine?
Oh, no, not at all. There has been animosity between players and league forever, just given whatever the situation is, be it about money, be it about TV contracts, be it about drug testing. There's always been that animosity, kind of like if the league says something that you have to do it, a lot of players are saying, I don't want to do it. Now, this is one of those, again, free choice. I'm fully vaccinated. It's my choice. They have the choice to get vaccinated or not. But with choices come consequences. The NFL is a business that is now setting some rules that they want followed. So you don't have to get vaccinated, and it may not cost you anything. You may not, test positive. You may not have a forfeit. So it may be a moot point. So it doesn't surprise me at all that some players are speaking out. But I will say this about a term I used to use on air a lot, that I don't think there's any way on God's green earth that a player will retire over this. I know I heard DeAndre Hopkins, great wide receiver, tweeted that out, and he took it down almost immediately. It was a quick reaction, I do not think you're going to get a high-profile player, especially one making a whole lot of money, that is going to retire over it. I do not see that happen.
Another one for my favorite teams, the Buffalo Bills, Cole Beasley, a similar threat.
Yeah.
All right, just quickly, before we go, your take on the Cleveland Indians saying goodbye to their nickname and coming up with a new nickname called the Cleveland Guardians, as Major League Baseball is going to change it. We're going to change that team next year. They're saying they're being respectful. A certain former president saying last night that he's not buying it, former President Trump. Do you think that Cleveland's making the right move?
Well, we've seen so many sports teams change their names. We've seen the Washington football team.
You feel how God making shock now, wait?
So my answer to this, I'm not this hot take guy. I grew up in Cleveland. Well, I grew up on the Indians. That was my team. So now that they changed it, everybody's asking me, what do you think? I said, you know what? It doesn't matter what I think. They changed it. In 2 years, nobody's going to care. Everybody's going to call them the Guardians, and they're going to move on. Some guy tweeted, I'll always call them the Indians. I'll always be the Indians. But you know what? You're still going to watch them. And at this point, they're going to be the Guardians. Everybody will be used to it over there.
And you feel how the team making it to me now?
Reporting from Washington, I'm Ryan Noble. Pamela Brown takes over the CNN Newsroom live. Thank you so much for that.
Subway has so much new it didn't fit in our last ad, like this new and improved steak and cheese. Loaded with our new tender steak that's marinated and thickly sliced, bonded, ordered to the Italian bread. Man, you coming up to football. The Eat Fresh, Refresh is Subway. It's too much new to fit in one promotion.
It's a simple fact. Nothing kills more germs on more surfaces than Lysol spray. It's a simple fact. It even kills the COVID-19 virus. Science supports these simple facts. There's only one true Lysol. Lysol, what it takes to protect.
Laser measure fluorides, seal protectors, carbon and more. Order your American-made products at WeatherTech.com.
You've done a lot of this, and plenty of this. It's time for something like this. Now get a $20 Best Western gift card every night you stay. Take the lead. Book now at bestwestern.com.
Real love is finding perfect co-pilot. Saying yes to adventure. Saying nothing yet everything. eHarmony, here for real love.
Sorry I'm late. Stop here. Oh boy, your cousin. From lost and... Oh, sorry. Be a break. That was a practice swing. Yep. I was just looking for my ball. Is it on the green? That's a par. Huh? 19-hole, Sam Adams thumbnail. It's crisp with a hint of citrus. Glad I skipped jury duty for this.
Oh, shit.
That stays here. Cheers.
Then spray mopping for a good...
Number 2320251 or visit newway.secret.
Ever wonder if your life could have been totally different? Your dad would be proud of you.
It's only natural to wonder, what if?
When you've been diagnosed with cancer, waiting for an appointment or test results can feel like forever. That's why the Women's Center at Cancer Treatment Centers of America makes every second count.
with appointments in as little as 24 hours, bringing together specialists in treating breast, ovarian, and uterine cancer, all under one roof with one mission, to provide the personalized care you need by treating your time as preciously as you do. Call now.
I'm Alex Anderson. If you've been in an auto accident, don't hesitate to call for legal help. Remember, the first 10 days following an accident are crucial. Don't hesitate. Call me.
If you've been in an auto accident, call Alexander Shannara now.
What should we do?
I'm going to cashnetUSA.com. I can apply in minutes, and if approved, we can have the money as soon as the same business day.
Go to cashnetUSA.com to apply for the money you need. Nobody can read between the lines like Judge Judy. Live, local. Now, this is WSMA 12 News at 5.
Thanks for joining us for the news at 5 this afternoon. I'm Ashley Bellman. Vaccination rates in the U.S. have plummeted from the highs seen in the spring. This comes as cases of the virus are surging nationwide. John Lawrence has more.
The hope for the U.S. to have a so-called return to normalcy from COVID-19 this summer is fading away fast.
This is an unnecessary predicament we're putting ourselves in.
All 50 states in the U.S. saw more week-to-week confirmed COVID-19 cases compared to 7 days prior, according to data from Johns Hopkins University.
Patients and their families telling docs, listen, doc, I wish I had gotten vaccinated. Can I do it now? And usually the response is, we can do it once you recover from this illness, but right now it's probably too late.
30 states have yet to get at least 50% of its residents fully vaccinated, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. And the clear majority of those getting infected, people who haven't had a COVID-19 shot.
Our hospitals are filling up with unvaccinated patients who are sick and much younger than the patients that we saw just a couple of months ago.
As summer fades into fall, there's a push to get more people to roll up their sleeves.
This is a pivotal moment in our race against the COVID virus. We have school coming up. We have a lot of sports activities that people are expecting and anxious about, and it's important for normalcy. And what's holding us back is a low vaccination rate.
John Lawrence, WSFA 12 News.
And the Biden administration is discussing whether mask guidelines should be revisited, and the CDC is reconsidering its current stance on facial coverings, according to sources who are familiar with these talks. Right now, Alabama has the lowest vaccination rate of any state in the country. And with the spread of the more contagious Delta variant, top doctors are predicting it will be even harder to reach herd immunity. UAB infectious disease expert Dr. Michael Sag says the original COVID virus we were seeing last year reproduced or infected at a rate of 2. He says the Delta variant is reproducing and infecting at a rate of 4 or 5, so double or more from the original virus. He says that means Delta spreads easier and faster, which means more people need to have immunity.
What's wrong, Wait?
That means a proportion of people that have to have immunity.
Okay, wait. There is only one difference between both pictures.
90 or 95%.
You
find have to have immunity in a herd immunity scenario.
Okay, I can ask you. What could do to defeat the picker? To defeat the first pick and the second pick? What the difference?
U.S. Dr. Bryson DeChambeau has tested positive for COVID-19 and will not play in the Olympics. DeChambeau tested positive in the final test since he was taking the host party for Tokyo. In a statement, he said he was quote,
okay, on this car at like 8. I think at like 8 and something. In an auto car, it's another time. Yep. Yeah.
There were 3 people on board. 20-year-old Mason William Goodwin of Birmingham was driving the boat. He and one other passenger were injured and taken to the hospital. Goodwin was charged with boating under the influence and minor possession of alcoholic beverages. In Tallapoosa County, authorities are asking for the public's help in finding a suspect wanted in a murder investigation. 59-year-old Willie Wyckoff of Dadeville is wanted in connection with the murder of 70-year-old Michael Johnson. Wyckoff is 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighs around 175 pounds. He has brown eyes and salt and pepper hair. He is also considered to be dangerous, according to officials. Anyone with information about Wyckoff's whereabouts is encouraged to call Crime Stoppers, whose dial 215-STOP. And in Barber County, Eufaula police say an arrest has been made in a weapons incident investigation. 38-year-old Jimmy Jernigan of Eufaula was arrested and charged with certain persons forbidden to possess a pistol. Additional charges towards him may be pending, and 2 weapons were recovered. Police say this is an ongoing investigation, and another person of interest has also been identified. A recent proposal could cut federal funding of charter schools across the country. This is an issue for one school in our area, which is still trying to get on its feet. With more on this, we turn to 12 News reporter Bridget Holbert, who spoke with that school, who says the proposal isn't fair.
Life Academy in Montgomery will open its doors for the very first time this August. The school is just now being founded. The principal there says it's all about providing a quality education, but the school is concerned as House Democrats have called to cut federal funding going to charter schools. The proposed cut is not a standalone bill. It's a part of a federal budget proposal. CNN reports it would reduce charter school funding by $40 million, which could stop some schools from receiving funding altogether. Many charter schools operate independently, and Democrats argue the cut could provide more money to public schools. Life Academy says it jeopardizes the well-being of students.
Federal law that would affect charter school funding is a perfect example of how when we don't face the inequity in a place, in a country, in a city, that we perpetuate it without even thinking twice about it in the laws that we create.
Life Academy says these dollars go toward hiring a leadership team, developing teachers, and helping with school renovation. Tonight at 10, hear how this money directly benefits what the principal describes as an innovative learning environment. Brady Talbert, WSFA 12 News.
Brady, thank you. Life Academy is set to open its doors on August 16th. 180 students are already registered. First Lady Jill Biden touched down in Honolulu on Saturday afternoon following her trip to the opening ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics. Ms. Biden was greeted with handshakes and a lei from local dignitaries, including Governor David Ige and Congressman Ed Case. With the First Lady in Hawaii, state leaders hope her voice will lead to a jump in vaccinations, especially amid a surge in COVID cases. Taking a look outside, it's another hot day across central and south Alabama. Feels like temperatures reaching the hundreds in some areas. WSFA First Alert Meteorologist Lee Southwick is joining us.
So you said the cottonwood dipper, huh?
Hey, actually, yes. Feels like temperatures in the hundreds for many places across the area. Still 5 o'clock in the evening, and it is still a scorcher out there. In fact, let's start with temperatures right now. We'll see that most of us coming in the low 90s. Some of you getting closer to the middle 90s still. And a few spots coming in the 80s. As for rain out there right now, a lot of you are staying dry, but some of you see a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity. So we do have lightning popping up over here. This is in between Camden and Selma. There's some lightning forming there and some heavy rain as well. But overall, a lot of us are dry. There's some rain north of Alex City to the west of Monroeville. We are staying dry mainly east of I-65, and that will be the case tomorrow as well. Rain chances do come back. The heat, though, likely going to stick around. Actually, I'll track all of it coming up in my weather update. All right, thank you so much. Virtual learning has been difficult for students and parents over this past year. Many students are having to turn towards tutoring for help. WSFA 12 News reporter Corey Chandler has more on how one service is helping get students back on track.
Many tutoring services here in Montgomery offer homework help and prepare students for standardized tests. Better Than Average Tutoring here in Montgomery, they do just that. But what's unique about this tutoring service is that it's owned and operated by a former Montgomery High School student who's 18 years old. Better Than Average tutors students K-12 in a variety of subjects and also foreign language development. with high school and college students serving as the tutors. The LJ Law Group founded the tutoring service in 2019 while he was still a student at Boutet Magnet High School. I was helping my cousins, and I saw them doing really, really well in school. So I said, you know what? I think I'm going to own a tutoring business. And I've always said I wanted to own a business and never knew what I wanted to do. And so when I had that idea, I just went for it. LJ has plans for future expansion for Better Than Average Tutoring, and he also has a message for young people who have a dream. I have that and more coming up tonight at 10. In Montgomery, Courtney Chandler, WSFA 12 News.
All right, Courtney, thank you. LJ is a recent graduate of Broome Tech High School, and he will be attending England in the fall. Some sad news to report. Comedian Jackie Mason has died at the age of 93. Born Jacob Mazza, the son of a rabbi, Mason started out as a rabbi himself, but his sharp wit and piercing social commentary quickly landed him in the comedic circles. Mason had been ill for several months and had been hospitalized for over 2 weeks. He died peacefully at a hospital in New York with his wife, his daughter, and some of his friends.
Who died?
At his bedside.
That man.
Coming up
what was his name?
The news at 5. Team USA has finally won some gold in the Tokyo Olympics. Highlights from day 2 of competition are up next. Plus, an American skater made the podium at the first ever skateboarding competition in Olympics history. Those stories and more when you come back.
WSFA 12 News First at 4 with Sally Bits.
According to authorities, a massive sinkhole devastated several city blocks in Los Angeles. Based on the size and unknown depth, there is little hope of finding any survivors.
I love the truth. The truth sets you free.
Celebrate the 25th anniversary of Judge Judy. Weekdays at 3 on WSFA 12 News. Do you have problems with drugs or alcohol? A new direction in Wetumpka is an inpatient detoxification and stabilization program in Elmore Community Hospital. Individuals must be 19 and over. Admissions accepted 24/7. Call 334-514-3752.
You try to stay ahead of the mess, but scrubbing still takes time. Now there's Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It's the faster way to clean as you go. Just spray, wipe, and rinse. It cleans grease 5 times faster. Dawn Power Wash, now available in free and clear. For bathroom odors that linger, try Febreze Small Spaces. Just press firmly and it continuously eliminates odors in the air and on flat surfaces for 45 days.
Do you have problems with drugs or alcohol? A new direction in Wetumpka is an inpatient detoxification and stabilization program in Elmore Community Hospital. Individuals must be 19 and over. Admissions accepted 24/7. Call 334-514-3752.
The WSFA First Alert Weather Team has put together the 2021 Alabama Weather Guide. It's full of important weather information you need to know to make sure you and your family are prepared. Get your free copy of the WSFA Alabama Weather Guide today from Alabama Power in downtown Montgomery at Pramco.
There was lots of action at the Tokyo Olympics today. It was a live look at the Olympic torch burning brightly there in Tokyo. Team USA is full of surprises in these opening days of the games. Emotions are running high with some unexpected wins and a few upsets. Lisa Gotham has more from Tokyo.
Oh my gosh, my gosh, my gosh.
A day of history-making medals for the U.S. Americans winning first ever gold. Anastasia Golotich in women's taekwondo. Spencer Lee Keeper in individual foil. And William Shaner in men's 10-meter air rifle.
It's just really nice to go first and glad it finally happened.
In the Olympic debut of skateboarding, world number 190 Houston fell short of expectation. But Arizona's Jagger Eaton landed the men's street prom.
To be able to hold an Olympic medal around my neck is a goal that I never really thought I would ever happen.
A big upset in men's basketball, where France bounced back from 7 points down late to stun the U.S. Its first loss at the Olympics since 2004.
Cameroon played hard, played as a team, and it's great that we're able to come out with a win.
Team USA made a splash in the pool on the first day of swimming events, earning 6 medals overall.
including Chase Kalish winning gold in the 400 IM.
My dreams came true.
The U.S. softball team on a run with an extra inning victory over Australia.
The United States locks it up.
A winning streak they hope continues in Tuesday's gold medal game against Japan. This is Lauren, NBC News, Tokyo.
And here's a look at the medal count so far. At the end of today, Team USA has won 4 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 4 bronze medals. This puts them in 3rd place behind China and Japan. So far, 16 countries have won at least 1 gold medal. The world's top male surfers made history at their sports as it made its long-awaited Olympic debut in Japan. Brazil's Italo Pereira won the first heat of the sports competition, edging out competitors from Japan, Italy, and Argentina. The Tokyo Olympics are being held during the typhoon season, making for interesting conditions for these surfers in the water. Skateboarding also made its debut at the Olympics, and an American athlete took home a medal in the highly anticipated event, although it wasn't a gold. The skateboarder who took home a gold was Japan's Yuto Horigome. Brazil's Letfin Heffler won the silver, and Team USA's Jagger Eaton won bronze. The favorite to win gold for the USA, Nigel Houston, placed 7th. Eaton had this to say on his performance.
For that first run, I was like, well, I gotta make up some scores. Like, I gotta make up some 9s. I've gotta put my head down and get to work. And that's what we did. Put my head down, got to work. I knew what I needed to do. I knew the scores I needed to get on the podium at least. And I tried to go for the gold, but again, it wasn't my day. It was Yuto's day, and you know, I'm eternally blessed to walk away with it.
The women's street competition will happen tomorrow. Steamy temperatures continue to plague the Tokyo Games. Temperatures in the city have hit the 90-degree mark almost every day there. The heat prompted organizers to move marathons and other race events from Tokyo to Sapporo in the north, but the severe weather may intervene there as well after forecasters predict a typhoon to make landfall in northern Japan on Tuesday. And not only is it almost unbearably hot in Japan there at the Olympics, it's about the same in our area right now. WSFA correspondent meteorologist Lee Southwood will let us know if any releases on the way for the week ahead coming up in Crystal Focus.
I was in the car wreck in my old hometown. I knew it. I'm attorney Alexander Chenard, proud to be from Alabama, and a man for the people of Alabama. If you need me, call me, Alabama.
Good
morning,
Alabama. How'd you sleep last night? Maybe it's time to purchase a new mattress from Wolf Boys Bedding. But we don't want to just sell you a mattress. We want to teach you how to buy the right mattress to improve your life. Shop the Better Sleep sale going on now at Wolf Boys Bedding. The queen mattress sets for $4.99, twin as low as $99, and Alabama-made bunk beds for $2.99. Plus, for a limited time, receive up to $1,000 off on qualifying Jameson mattresses. Interest-free financing available. Don't count sheep. Get a good night's sleep from Wolf Boys Bedding next to American Oakley.
If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture, now might not be the best time to ask yourself, are my bones strong? Life's full of make-or-break moments. That's why it's so important to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, face liquid tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives has happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jaw bone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip or your thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Don't wait for a break. Call your doctor now and ask how Prolia can help you.
I'm Boris from Birmingham, Alabama, and I called you, Alexander Chenard, and you helped me. Alexander Chenard got me $125,000. I'm attorney Alexander Chenard. If you've been injured in an accident, call me, Alabama.
Now, your WSFA First Alert Weather with meteorologist Lee Southwick.
It was another very hot day and a mostly dry day. A lot of you seen some nice blue out there in the sky, though there's a little bit of a hazy look yet again thanks to some smoke out there from the wildfires out west and in Canada, just like yesterday. It is a scorcher of a day. 5:18 right now, almost 5:19. Temperatures at 92 degrees in Montgomery and Greenville, 94 in Evergreen and Andalusia. Alex City and Auburn, you're at 89 degrees. Still hot. I want to be where Selma is at 81 degrees. So that's thanks to some rain and some cloud cover. For the rest of us, we've just been baking under the sun. So the air temperature might be at 94 in Evergreen, but Evergreen feels like 103 degrees right now. 101 for it feels like in Montgomery. Feels like 100 degrees right now in Andalusia, and it feels like 102 degrees in Eufaula. Again, not a lot of rain for us out here. We are seeing some downpours out west. Uniontown over towards the Hamburg area, seeing some more downpours, and then a little bit near Grove Hill heading up towards Jackson to the west of Monroeville. The rest of us mainly going to stay dry throughout the night tonight, and then we head into our day tomorrow, and we do all over again. The morning will likely stay dry, and the afternoon mostly dry. We'll see a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms tomorrow, but it'll be very similar to today, where most of us are dry and hot, just baking under all of that sunshine, while only a few of you see rain. Tuesday, different story. Rain chances a bit higher on Tuesday. You have a much better chance of seeing rain Tuesday.
But that's all going back to the cycle free.
So tomorrow, only a 20% chance for rain, and then rain chances come back to scattered showers.
I'll do a broadcast of that for you too.
Beyond. Temperatures are going to stay hot. Highs this time of year, 94 degrees. We're right there or slightly above it, with highs at 95 over the coming days. But again, with the humidity, expect it to feel like the hundreds over the next several days. And it says 99 today. You know it was hotter than that. So this is just one model output. You can even tack on a few degrees perhaps some of these days. At or above 100 for a feels like temperature over the next 7 days. Now, of course, the rain, that's Mother Nature's air conditioning, so if it does rain, it will briefly cool you down. If the sun comes out right after that, then we know it gets really steamy and hot outside again. But actually, tomorrow, I don't think there will be really much rain at all to cool us down. 95 degrees yet again, just like today. I was outside for like maybe 5 minutes.
Strange.
No. Yeah, right back inside.
Well, it's tomorrow the only day for the smallest chance of rain, and we got all the lightning bolts.
And then scattered showers and thunderstorms because it's summertime in Alabama. So, you know, what do you expect?
Looking ahead to
the weekend. Yeah, looking ahead to the weekend, I think we're going to see typical summer like pattern yet again. Scattered showers and thunderstorms.
I heard about 2K Finger Tuesday. Now I don't know what this for or not, but I heard that your dude fucking have a son.
WSFA 12 News at 10 with Valerie Dawson.
Like, you know,
Jasmine Williams, and I'm a news co-anchor here on Today in Alabama at WSFA 12 News. I'm an Alabama girl. I grew up in Mobile. I'm happily married. I have 2 very small kids. I like the idea of waking up and being the first person, sometimes the first voice, the first smile people hear or see as they start their day. I'd like to be able to deliver the news and kind of give them the information they need as they head out the door.
Welcome to the Crossings at East Chase, the finest senior living community in the River Region. Our services set the gold standard in independent living, assisted living, and memory care lifestyle. Please call or come by for a custom discovery and tour.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who experience occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort? Taking Align can help. Align contains a quality probiotic to naturally help soothe digestive upset 24/7. Try Align, the pros in digestive health.
Start your day with Crest 3D White, and from mochaccino to Merlot, your smile will always be brilliant. Crest 3D White Brilliance, 100% stain removal, 24-hour stain resistance to lock in your whitest smile. Crest, the #1 toothpaste brand in America.
At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, one call is all it takes to have an appointment in as little as 24 hours and meet with a team of cancer experts, all in one location, specializing in complex and advanced stage cancer. Call now. For 25 seasons.
You're teaching her how to lie, cheat, and steal. What a wonderful combination to teach you twice.
anniversary of Judge Judy. Weekdays at 3 on WSFA 12 News.
Welcome to the Crossings at East Chase, the finest senior living community in the River Region. Our services set the gold standard in independent living, assisted living, and memory care lifestyle. Please call or come by for a custom discovery and tour.
Lots of changes are on the way for the Coffee County school system. Great television reporter Nick Brooks tells us more about the projects underway.
With one project down and several more currently being worked on, Coffee County Schools is making progress for the upcoming school year.
We've been proactive to ensure that we're building state-of-the-art facilities so these children can receive the best education possible.
One of those projects, new classrooms on the New Brockton High School campus.
In the last 3 years, we've had enormous growth in Brockton schools and Coffee County schools as a whole. So it was a great necessity to have more classrooms.
The new classes will house more than 100 students.
These 6 classrooms were completed, as well as a few other offices and bathrooms, large bathrooms in those areas. So we're really excited about that.
And with enrollment climbing compared to the last school year, those 6 classrooms are crucial.
We closed the summer with 496, and we're going to open this school year with 596. So that's 100 kids just between May 27th and July the 22nd.
Those classrooms are expected to be completed by spring of 2022. And another capital project has already been finished within the New Brockton city limits.
We've just completed a whole new wing of 12 additional classrooms with offices, the support, staffing area, and so forth.
And a few miles north of New Brockton, another capital project.
I thought you didn't like the boo-goo.
Currently at Zion Chapel, we have a new gym under construction.
I don't.
Then why are you making it?
Sometime by the end of this
That's the
school
only
year,
time I can
it's
drink.
nicely.
Well, now.
Once these projects are wrapped up, the school system will release more capital projects planned for the school.
Lots of changes underway. The school system also has a series of roof repair projects they are working on at schools and at the central office.
You know you ain't got a blanket, but you can put your orchid down there beginning cold.
How to use Dabble, a new lifestyle network.
Only pay for what you need.
Overwhelmed by the ups and downs and frequent mood swings of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable
Wasn't paying a pump.
may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
For what?
High cholesterol and weight gain and high blood sugar, which can lead to complications occur. Movement dysfunction,
So what?
and stomach issues are common side effects. And you can pay as little as $0 if eligible for your first 2 prescriptions. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth.
You really want me to pay in a pot, don't you, Wait?
5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair.
What are you talking about?
So you're ready for the day with a fresh face for a fresh start. The limited top pinnacle cartridge free.
Don't settle.
What do you mean?
Secret stops photocarbon sweat 3 times more, and the Pro Vitamin B5 formula is gentle on skin. With Secret, Outlash, and Bay. Never sweat. Secret.
What do you mean, Wait?
Introducing the biggest dreamers of the summer.
The papa guy. What about it? I don't know.
On NBC by Nissan.
cheese go together like peanut butter and jelly. And today is the day to celebrate that because it is National Wine and Cheese Day. So now you have an excuse to indulge in the tasty pairings this Sunday. Exactly which cheeses go with which wine is a localized tradition, depending on where you are. But many people say there's no wrong way to pair wine with cheese. I certainly don't think so. Whatever you like is the correct pair. I certainly like white wine. I don't have a preference on what kind of cheese goes with that. But certainly,
I don't discriminate against any type of wine. But with cheese, I actually am picky when it comes to cheese.
I am too. It depends. It depends. It depends on what wine you've got, kind of what also you're eating.
Because I like more, like brie that's like melted. I like the warmer cheese, and that's not really typically paired with wine. So,
well, talking about celebrating, we're celebrating an exciting next step for Lee Townley. This is her last Sunday 5 o'clock with us. I wish I had more time to put into words how much we love having you here. She's a gem. She's an amazing meteorologist, and I absolutely love her as a friend. So
don't make me cry.
We're gonna miss you so much.
This weekend crew is the best. You weekend viewers, you guys are the best. The past 3+ years have been incredible. I'm gonna miss you all so much.
We'll see you later tonight.
They said they 50 part yet? Oh my goodness. They said they 50.
Strong start. American swimmers with their best first day ever, winning 6 medals in 80 minutes. In gymnastics, the U.S. women advanced, but not without some challenges. And the basketball shot for the American men losing
you said what?
for the first time in 17 years. Two of the world's best golfers pulling out of the games after testing positive for COVID.
Why they ain't 50 yet, wait.
These Americans hugged on the podium.
Yeah, I could go through the wall. See, I go through him.
And the revelation that Dr. Fauci that the mask guy was vaccinated would change. The congressional investigation with the January 6th attack on the Capitol starts this week. Another Republican now on board. The homes destroyed by fast-moving wildfires, 85 now burning in the West. Heroic strength, the mother and child trapped under a car with policemen who lifted it up to save them. And from Tokyo, one-on-one with the winners, the first American to ever medal in the new Olympic sport of skateboarding.
What here?
It means to win the first gold for the U.S. with your hero Michael Phelps watching.
It means so to me that Michael is there for that. This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Oh, this way.
Reporting tonight from Tokyo.
Hello, everyone. The sun up on a new day here in Tokyo, certainly for Team USA, coming back from a slow start, collecting 10 medals on day 2, including its first gold in these summer games. The American swimmers in particular making an early statement by earning the bulk of the U.S. medal haul over the Aquatic Center. But elsewhere, Team USA getting a wake-up call in some sports they're expected to dominate. And as if COVID wasn't enough of a wild card in the Tokyo Games, organizers are keeping a close eye on some gathering storm clouds as we start a new weekend. Tom Jonas has the very latest.
Team USA's first gold and silver in Tokyo came back-to-back and 1 second apart.
Canada's gold. Netherlands gets the silver. 1-2 for the United States. What a way to start it off.
Chase Cambridge flexing that wounded muscle, sharing the victory with Jake Lindemann in the 400-meter individual medley. Here's the moment there before the
Yeah, but it ain't popular now.
The Aquatic Center may have been empty, but it wasn't quiet. The U.S. swim team exploded with excitement after the 1-2 finish, setting the tone for a big day.
Another 2 medals for the United States.
Team USA taking home 6 medals in swimming, including a silver for 19-year-old Emma Wine.
It's surreal. Like, I never really thought this would happen.
In basketball, a shocking loss for the U.S.
You said you want to play in the pot, huh?
Fell to France, their first loss at the Olympics in 17 years. They're still in the running for a medal, but the loss makes the path more difficult. And an upset in skateboarding as well. In the sport's Olympic debut,
Work in the pot for me.
and on the rails, Japan's Yuno Origome seemed glued to the sport, winning gold.
The U.S.'s Jagger Eaton surprising the field, taking home a bronze medal. But a series of falls in Nigel Houston, the most popular skater in the world, kept him off the podium.
I'm not trying to blame the pressure. I'm not trying to blame the heat or any of that. It's really just a good example of just how skateboarding goes sometimes.
In gymnastics, the U.S. women's team had a day of uncharacteristic mistakes, qualifying for team finals, but in second place behind Russia. Simone Biles and Sue Lee will represent Team USA in the all-around finals. In tennis, Naomi Osaka
Nike.
her first singles match since pulling out of the French Open in May, setting the court on fire and lighting the Olympic cauldron.
The greatest moment of my career, definitely. For me, means more than winning the Grand Slam.
And COVID-positive tests taking out two of the world's biggest golfers. Spain's John Rahm and the U.S.'s Bryce DeChambeau, who will now be replaced by Patrick Reed.
And Tom, Olympic organizers now have announced a change in masking rules here, right?
That's right, Lester. The IOC clearly couldn't control the celebrations we saw yesterday. So now they're going to
I'm finna play something else, wait.
for 30 seconds for photographs. They say they recognize